Hey there YouTube, welcome to my domain. This is Everything Animated, and I got a special show for you today. It is the Simpsons meet Family Guy collaboration. And this is what I thought of it. First of all, let me set the scene for you. During my youth, I want to say I was between 7 to 12. I really loved The Simpsons growing up. I watched The Simpsons almost every day, and it was one of my favorite shows growing up. It was a big reason for me growing up and having the sense of humor that I do. But then The Simpsons kind of got repetitive, and they weren't as funny as they used to be. So that's when I turned to this other show, Family Guy, which was a part mostly in my teenage years, from like 13, 14, all the way to like 17, 18. And they were a huge part of my life, and they were just hilarious. And now Family Guy isn't as funny as they used to be, in my opinion. So I have both these shows, both mean something near and dear to my heart. And I found out a year ago that they were coming out with a collaboration episode with the actual voice actors from The Simpsons being with the actual voice actors from Family Guy, which I think is quite interesting because in the past they never got along with each other. So I don't know what made them agree to get a show with one another, but I was real happy to see it happen. And now, what did I think of the show in general? I thought it was a great tribute to both shows, and I thought it was an absolutely amazing display of how similar they are, but at the same time showing their differences. And to me, that was really awesome. That was really neat. And even though it was a Family Guy show and it had The Simpsons in it, pretty much, not the other way around, it it still felt like, because the the Griffins went to Springfield, so it actually felt like it was a Simpsons episode at one point, and that was really interesting just to see the animation styles. And they didn't change the animation styles whatsoever. They kept it the same Simpsons look, but as it's like it was the Simpsons show, but the Griffins were in it, but with the Family Guy animation, and that was pretty neat. I didn't think one side was like more poked fun at than the other. I thought it was very even. Like Family Guy wasn't making fun of The Simpsons more, and or Family Guy was getting made fun of more. No, it was pretty even. And there was an epic fight at the end between Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin, which was awesome, by the way. And it was it was a really nice it was a really nice little tribute. And I haven't seen The Simpsons in years, like a long time. I grew apart from them. I just don't like what they do, and apparently they're doing something right. They keep attracting a new audience, a new generation of people to watch. So good for them. It's just not for me anymore. It's not The Simpsons I grew up watching. As for Family Guy, they used to be funny, and then they got canceled. Then they came back, and it was funny for the first couple seasons, like when they came back. But then after a while, it's like all they did was rely on cutaways and flashback scenes and all that. And I just got tired of it, and it wasn't Family Guy anymore. And that's kind of funny too, to think that these are both shows that I kind of lost interest in a long, long time ago. But now that they made an actual show together, I wanted to watch it. Well, of course I did. It was That was my youth, my childhood, and my teenage years, all wrapped into one, and it was really cool to see, and I thought it was really neat. So if you're a fan of either show or just one, I would definitely say check this out. It was it was well worth the watch. I almost kind of wish that they could have made this show maybe 10 years ago, right when, well, to me, Simpsons' height of their popularity was a long time ago, too. Like, probably late 90s was the height of their popularity. Mid 90s, late 90s. And Family Guy, I don't know. I personally don't think that they've gotten any better since the first time they came out with their first two seasons. Then they got canceled, and it's like they tried to come back, and again, it was cool, but then it just ran its course and it wasn't funny anymore. So it was a great little hour of my life, and though I won't watch The Simpsons or Family Guy, like as far as new episodes, anytime soon, it was a nice little nod to both shows, because you have The Simpsons. To me, The Simpsons are the reason Fox is a channel, because they helped pave the way for Fox, and they also helped a lot of that. Hell, Family Guy wouldn't be a show if The Simpsons failed. The fact that The Simpsons like did what they did back then paved the way for a lot of shows, not just Family Guy, but also Futurama, South Park, King of the Hill, all those shows. They made adult humor in cartoon shows work, and for that, I will always have a huge amount of respect for The Simpsons. Family Guy just took that sense of humor and made it, just took it up a notch, and they did really well with that. And just the timing of their comedy was classic and great, and I love their old lines, but they rely too heavily on movie quotes anymore, and not nearly as funny as they used to be. So, all right, I'm gonna get off that right now, and that was what I thought of the spectacular. If any of you guys want to check it out, feel free to, and let me know what you think or what you thought of the Simpsons Family Guy crossover episode, because I would like to know. We can get in a discussion with that. That'd be great. Thanks for stopping by. Everything animated.